Confidently controversial. Confidently controversial. Confidently controversial.
Are we starting?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the show.
Hello.
This is the podcast, Confidently Controversial, and this is a podcast that features me and my best friend, Kim Tweed, and I'm Emily Paul, and we talk about movies.
And stuff.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great show.
It is. You love it.
I do.
Well, not you, but you.
The people
collective,
listening.
The people.
The people who are listening. And hey, Kim, I mean, I have a few things I want to talk about.
Oh, good. You came prepared today. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. So the first thing that I would like to shout out, and we hit a milestone a couple weeks back.
Yes.
But I think it's important I think it's a big one.
Okay.
And I want to highlight it and,
Celebrate it. Okay.
So we recently hit our 2-year anniversary.
Oh, my goodness.
Can you believe we've been doing this for 2 years?
Yes.
We've watched so many movies together.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Like a lot. Like almost, 90? Almost 90 at the end of this season?
At the end of this season, we will be at 90 episodes.
Yeah, that's a lot of movies.
Oh my gosh.
Will we run out?
I don't think we could.
You don't think?
I don't think so. I mean, as we were saying before, sometimes I'm less than enthused about watching a particular movie. But there's always fodder, and there just is always something for us to talk about.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So it's exciting.
And I feel like, too, they keep remaking the same movies, so we can just keep watching the old ones and then being like, oh, they made a new one next week.
Yeah, and I just feel when I start thinking about it, and sometimes I do think, oh, there's no more movies for us to watch. But there are.
Yeah.
There's so many movies that were made during that time period. So that is one of the things. So congratulations, Kim. And I just feel, I want to congratulate us.
Okay.
Because 2 years ago, we had an idea. And we just kind of said, you know what? Let's do it.
Yeah.
But look, we got nothing else to do.
It's true.
I mean, no, that's a lie. We have a lot of other things to do. But we raised this up to a priority, and we just said, we're going to do it.
And it helps because we like to hang out with one another.
It's true.
And this gives us pretty much a weekly excuse to be together.
It does. I tell my husband, I'm sorry.
It's my job.
I would love to stay and hang out and help clean the house, but I must go.
Yeah.
I have to go and watch a movie.
It's my duty for the public. To make this art.
That's 100% correct. And I hope that you guys are enjoying it. And go back and listen to all those other shows because they're good ones. They're good uns.
Okay.
So I wanted to say that. Here's the other thing I wanted to talk about.
All right.
I wanted to talk about the fact that, have you heard that more movies are being shot in New Jersey than in Hollywood right now?
I mean, I know about a couple that were shot down our way. Yeah. It was a big deal.
So apparently in New Jersey, you know how people shoot in different states based on tax incentives?
Yes.
So they're really trying to bring the film industry to New Jersey, which is interesting because back when originally, before Hollywood was Hollywood and before it was being established, people were talking about, well, where should we put the film industry in, in America? Where should the hub be?
People were talking about this?
Well, people were... Okay. And there was talk for some time that Hollywood, or what we know as Hollywood, the film industry was going to be in New Jersey.
Okay.
Because like California, New Jersey has access to a lot of different terrains. And it's also close to a lot of major cities.
Sure.
So it was looked at, Trenton was actually looked at as Hollywood.
Trenton makes, the world takes.
That's correct. But that, as we all know, did not happen.
Sure.
We don't have the climate.
Yes.
Year-round climate.
Right.
Although in California they do, and that's the thing. You can go up north and you can shoot things. But now what people are saying, well, it's great to shoot in New Jersey because they are offering more tax incentives and we have the different terrain and it's all close by. Think of how small New Jersey is compared to California. Yeah. So in California, you'd have to go so far to get to
3 hours from tip to toe.
Right. So anywhere you want to go, you can have a little small town just by going down the street, or you could have the beach, or you can have mountains.
Oh, okay.
So more things are being shot here. In fact, Netflix is building a huge studio in New Jersey.
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, that might be a new big industry in New Jersey, which is really cool, I think.
That is cool. Yeah.
And maybe we'll have access.
Maybe we'll work there.
Oh,
maybe.
Oh, we'll have to put this podcast. We'll have to put the podcast on our resume.
Yeah.
I was going to put, it's funny because you know how on a resume you can put the different things you're interested in. Mm-hmm. I was going to put one of my interests because I was updating mine recently, and I was going to put one of my interests as podcasting, and I was like, no.
Why?
I didn't put it on there. Well, because it's so far removed from the stuff that I do from work. I feel like if I got into a conversation about it.
But it's media.
It's media. It's true.
So, and there's I feel like there's a lot of companies now that are making their own podcast because they want to.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Get in the biz.
And we've been doing this for 2 years.
Yes,
we have
we know how to do this.
We have 2 years of podcast experience.
Sure.
We should be proud.
Okay.
I like when you get bored of what I'm talking about and you just dismiss me.
I'm not bored. I love you.
Well, here's the other thing I want to talk about.
All right, go.
I want to say this.
What?
Fuck the haters.
About?
Everything. I'm over haters.
You're hating on haters.
I'm hating on haters today.
Why? What happened?
Because I feel they get in your head and make you feel bad
About what? What? You have to be specific. Tell us what happened.
Okay, so in a couple of weeks, we're going on another trip to. In fact, when people listen to this specific episode, I believe we'll be in Disney.
Okay.
And I love Disney.
Yeah, me too.
Like I watch all the things online.
Okay.
I watch all the little video reels. I love them.
Okay.
We share them with each other.
Was someone mean to you about it?
I think I saw some things online that were kind of mean about Disney adults.
Was it? Well, we're taking a kid.
This time.
Yeah. This time.
Yeah, I think it's more that I just want to enjoy it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why people have to be so crappy about things. People should just like what they like, and everybody should just be nice to them about it.
Just leave everybody alone.
Right. Like, you can like what you like. I don't care.
Right. Yeah, like everyone's out watching that Marvel movie this weekend. I don't care about that.
What Marvel movie?
You know, Thunderstrucks or something like that.
Oh, the Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts?
Yeah, but I've heard Marvel movies are kind of going down the shitter.
I don't know, but you can't say that. You have to be like, it's great. Good for you. I hope you enjoyed the movie.
Well, no, I'm not hating on the people who are excited about it. But that's our job to hate on movies or to like movies.
Okay.
We do both.
All right.
Okay. So that's all I have to say.
Okay.
So fuck the haters.
Okay.
Happy second year birthday to us. Uh-huh. And hooray for New Jersey would. Okay. And that's it.
Well, that was really great, Emily.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing all that with you this morning. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And I didn't have to do anything, so I liked it even more.
Well, you had to do a lot because you had to pick the movie today.
I did. Are you ready to hear what it is?
I'm really excited.
You are?
I have high hopes.
Okay.
Cool.
So, we had kind of been talking about this on and off this week, how I'm just struggling to pick a movie.
It's been hard.
Yeah, and I feel like it's just, maybe it's the season, the weather, it's been a little rainy. I just wasn't feeling anything.
Got it.
So I've been putting out feelers, I've been talking to people, been like, what should we watch on the podcast? And someone mentioned this movie, and I'd kind of forgotten about this movie a little bit. And I was surprised that I did, so then that bumped it up on my list as something that maybe we should watch.
Okay.
And I kind of remember, apparently more than like 2 years ago, or maybe early on when we were imagining the podcast, thinking about this movie a little bit.
Okay.
Because I think it's a little bit of a quirky idea.
The idea of the movie is quirky.
The idea of the movie is very quirky, and I think that some of the things that happen in it are like wild.
Oh no.
And I think we'll see that more as adults than we did when we were much younger.
So we definitely watched this.
Oh yeah, you've seen this movie.
Okay.
You've seen this movie.
Okay.
It came out in 1985.
Okay.
And it's a teen comedy.
Those are the best kind.
But it's also like a fantasy movie, and they kind of call it like a sci-fi movie, which is interesting to me because I don't think of movies like this that way. But I guess if you think about it, it really is.
Okay.
Because something fantastical happens.
Okay.
That, wouldn't really happen in real life. And if it did, you would freak the fuck out.
Okay.
It was directed by Rod Daniel, and he was a television director at the time, but he was hired to direct it, and it became his feature film debut. Written by Joseph Loeb and Matthew Weissman, and apparently they went on to have successful careers in Hollywood later, becoming major figures at Marvel Television, which I don't even know what Marvel Television is, but
I don't even know what that is either.
okay. It's rated PG, and it came out August 23rd, 1985. The fun thing about this movie is that at that time, you know, there was lots of movies being made. People were really trying to get stuff out there. So some were just like straight shot, like boom, 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 trying to get movies done, right?
Yeah.
And they weren't really high budget, and they weren't really anticipating them making a lot. It was like break even.
Right. Weren't well thought out. Just,
Right.
Get it out
Just
there.
get the content out there.
People buy the tickets. Just get them in
Right.
theaters.
Much like now with social media, where we're all just trying to get content out there. It was the same in the early 80s, except they were making full-blown movies.
Right. They didn't have anything else to make.
So it was filmed in only 21 days, mostly around LA and California. And it was produced by a company called Atlantic Releasing, which was an independent company that specialized in distributing very low-budget films.
Okay.
So not high hopes. All these people were just trying to break into Hollywood. And but the writers, they came up with this concept. And they were going to kind of take this, like, trope of some movies that of the past and kind of flip it on its head a little bit. And that kind of made people very kind of interested in this movie, I think, a little bit more. And then I'll tell you why it ultimately became pretty popular.
Okay.
But they were going to make something bad happen to a character.
Okay.
And instead of it being a bad thing, it was actually going to be
a good thing
for them.
Okay.
It was going to turn into something that made them, as a teen, pretty cool.
Oh, no. I know what this movie is.
So this movie is
Teen Wolf.
It is.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Okay.
We had, it had to come to the podcast.
Yeah.
It had to come to the
Right.
podcast at some point.
So the pitched idea was, what if a typical American teenager discovered he was a werewolf, and instead of ruining his life, it actually made him cool?
What if?
What if?
Oh, this movie. This is, when you say, yes, you definitely watched this as a kid. I didn't just watch this as a kid. I watched this movie as a kid. Yes, like I know this movie front to back.
Okay.
It's a good one.
So, you know, like I told you before, this was like a quick movie. They really shot it fast. 21 days, low budget, not a big deal. Looking back now, they'd say, oh, well, this is an allegory for adolescence and puberty and sudden popularity and like what happens to kids. But at the time, I think they were just trying to make a movie.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and it was like a creature feature.
Yeah. So Teen Wolf is envisioned as a metaphor for growing up with awkward changes, identity struggles, and the desire to stand out.
I mean, and it is.
Yeah. And
It is like he goes through wolf puberty.
He does. He does. And there's one particular part I remember that is horrible, but not
one?
horrible, but like a little gross.
What, when he first becomes the wolf?
No, but we'll talk about it after, I'm sure.
Okay, we'll talk about all this.
So the team needed a really charismatic lead to carry this quirky story, and they got Michael J. Fox, who at the time was available from a break from Family Ties. He was Family Ties famous at that moment.
It's so funny.
It stars Michael J. Fox as Scott Howard. He was a high school student who discovers he's a werewolf. As you do.
As one does.
His dad is played by James Hampton. He was the understanding father who shares his son's secret, and he passed away actually in 2021. The actor did.
Oh.
And you remember him when you see him. I feel like he's a
I
common
know,
face.
I know exactly
Yeah,
who
yeah,
the
yeah.
dad is, yeah.
And then there's a bunch of other people. Susan City as Boof.
Boof!
Jerry Levine as Stiles.
Stiles!
Someone named Mark Arnold.
He's like the friend who's a little nervous about it, right?
Who?
There's like, he has two really good buddies. One is
Yeah.
Stiles, who's like Mr. Cool or trying to be
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
And then the other one is more of a soft-spoken, nice kid.
Oh, okay.
Who's
I
a little
don't-
bit nervous about it.
I don't remember.
But I think that boy was in other things.
Yeah. And apparently that character Stiles became kind of popular.
Oh, well, love Stiles.
Okay.
Gotta love Stiles. He's in an episode of Seinfeld.
Okay.
And I love the episode of Seinfeld that he's in too.
The budget was about $1.2 million.
That's nothing.
Nothing.
How much money did this thing make?
Right. 33 million.
Whew.
Right. Despite its modest budget and simple production, Teen Wolf was a surprise box office success. And this was largely due to the timing of its release.
Okay.
So it came out
Late summer.
but after Back to the Future.
Oh, so everyone was hungry for Michael J. Fox.
Yes. Michael J. Fox was a hot commodity.
He was.
He started filming Teen Wolf and didn't really care for it, didn't really want to promote it at all because he was kind of embarrassed about it once it came, that he got once he had the Back to the Future cred.
Much like puberty. You're a little embarrassed by it.
Right. So, like I said, he was already on Family Ties from 1982 to 1989. His young role as a Republican in his liberal household, that was like his storyline on Family Ties.
Right. It's so funny you bring up Family Ties because recently I looked at Meredith Baxter Burney's speaking costs.
Okay.
It's oddly affordable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good for her. He replaced Eric Stoltz in Back to the Future, which Eric Stoltz, they'd already started filming Back to the Future with Eric Stoltz. He was like actually like in scenes and things like that. And then he was fully replaced, which gotta suck for Stoltz.
Oh, especially since that movie has gone on to be one of the iconic movies of our time. And we have to do that at some point. That
obviously.
one will come up as an episode.
Yeah. So Back to the Future came out on July 3rd, 1985. And obviously blew
Oh, so they
up.
really were back to back.
Just 7 weeks later, on August 23rd, Teen Wolf was released. The timing was strategic. The studio rushed it to release to capitalize on Michael J. Fox's success from Back to the Future. So, like, he was filming Back to the Future, didn't realize it was going to be this, like, really popular thing. As it went on, it got better. You know, it was better and better and better.
It's hugely popular.
And, you know, he started to, like, shun a little bit the
wolf.
The wolf.
He didn't want that.
Wolfist.
He didn't want the wolf stank on him.
That's right. It did actually spawn, like, a full category of things.
Teen.
Yeah, it became a cult favorite, especially among 1980s nostalgia fans. There was a cartoon.
Oh, yeah,
cartoon.
Teen Wolf coming out to play. Teen Wolf coming out to play today. Yeah, of course. I watched it all the time.
There was a sequel, Teen Wolf 2, T-O-O.
Yes, and that was
came out in 1987.
with Justin Bateman.
Yes, terrible. Critically panned, apparently.
I watched it. Did you?
Bet. Yeah, oh yeah. There was actually a reboot series in 2011 starring someone called Tyler Posey, and it was a full-blown reboot of the franchise on MTV. And it lasted from 2011 to 2017, and it was a much more dark. It was kind of like one of those CW shows.
I vaguely remember this, but that period of time is when I had my children, so I feel like I was out.
It was a little like Twilighty, like very much of that.
I'm sure that's exactly how it was pitched to the execs as well.
It's a little Twilight.
Listen, right now, wolves are in. Teen wolves are actually in. They're back.
Right. We have a lot of vampires. We were thinking werewolf.
We own this asset already, so let's bring it back. And let's capitalize on how much these young girls are loving wolves again.
Right. And there was a movie in 2023 called Teen Wolf, the movie. And
really?
Yeah, reunited many characters from the MTV series and revived interest in the original film.
Okay. I didn't hear. I mean, I must not be in the target demo for any of these things because I didn't hear about it.
No, but I will say when I went to go look to see if it was available, like I immediately was like, Teen Wolf, where can I watch Teen Wolf? And it gave me the show first and then the 2023 movie. I was like, how dare you?
How? Seriously?
I'm speaking about the one and only Mr. MJ Fox.
Right, the original Teen Wolf,
correct.
the only Teen Wolf.
Sorry, Justin Bateman, or Jason Bateman. Justin Bateman.
He's okay with that.
Yeah. This is also funny, and I'm sure it would have come up in our watching of it, but the character of Stiles became a pop culture favorite due to his wild schemes and iconic "What are you looking at, Dick Nose" t-shirt. And I like that in whatever I got that from and copied it, they capitalized Dick Nose.
Well, it's a proper noun.
It is. And it's one word.
It's someone's name.
Yeah, one word.
Dick Nose. Obviously.
Right.
All this makes perfect sense.
Which I can't wait to see that, and I will probably also look to see if I can purchase a shirt.
So in my recollection of this movie, I remember really loving Stiles, of course, loving, Michael J. Fox.
Sure.
I liked basketball. I played basketball.
Yes, you did.
And this is a basketball movie.
It is. Yeah.
And he's also his number on his jersey is my lucky number, 42.
Oh, okay.
So, and I always had that number because it's my favorite number. And Teen Wolf.
I just remember the uniform, the way the uniform fit over his fur
was not comfortable.
No. And like the fur, it made me wonder if they were attached together, and I'll have to look at it more closely. Like they were fur pants with shorts attached.
No, I think it was like a fur, like a legging with fur. And then they put the shorts over top of it.
I think it was two separate pieces.
I think it was like a full body fursuit, like a lycra
so
bodysuit.
He had to have fur on his tummy, even though.
No, I think they probably had it like all because it's like you have to imagine the top of the jersey like a V or something. Mm-hmm. So I think you had the fur from like the chest up down the arms, and then no fur in the middle on the tummy and the butt.
Oh right,
but then down the legs.
So just a legging.
Oh,
maybe with a garter clip to keep
These
them
are
up.
the questions. So if I ever had the opportunity to meet Mr. Michael J. Fox, this is what I'm going to ask him.
Did you have to garter clip up your fur?
Yeah, can we talk about the costuming for this movie? I also remember in this movie really not liking the love interest girl, Booth.
Okay.
Because she's his friend.
Right.
But she's kind of shitty in my recollection. Okay. I don't really care for her. We'll see. Maybe I judged her poorly.
Got it.
And I will really like her. But I feel like every time we watch these things and it's somebody I didn't like, then I still don't like them now. But I mean, this movie.
You're excited.
It's just such a weird movie.
It is. It's a weird concept for a movie. But and when they explain it to you, like normally those things are bad when they happen to someone. Like if a kid turns into anything.
Right.
Is bitten by a spider, even Spider-Man at first. You know what I mean?
And nobody's happy about it.
No. Right.
You get that spider sickness. You don't know that you're going to get superpowers.
Exactly. So the fact that this made him, that made him popular. And then also,
But he didn't think it was going to make him popular at first.
But popularity, too, 80s,
very hot commodity to be popular.
Yeah. And, all the teen movies were about that. So that this was, a teen movie where someone was very different. That became the hot shit.
Well, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Can't Buy Me Love.
Yeah.
Where you have the nerd person who becomes really popular.
The nerd person.
And maybe doesn't know how to handle it.
Right.
Because that is kind of the thing with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael J. Fox, obviously. I think this is the first time he's been on the pod.
I think so.
Yeah.
How old was he when this movie came out? Do you know? Or is that something we'll have to look up while we're watching?
He was born in 1961. So
do the math, Kim.
24?
24. But he is small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
cute.
Filmed it in 1984, so 23.
He was very cute. I don't remember. Michael J. Fox was never one of my teen heartthrobs.
No. He's very small.
He is.
He's 5'4".
Aww.
Yeah. He was, like I said, started acting when he was about 15 years old. He's from Canada.
Of course.
Yeah, all those gems are from Canada.
I'll tell you, I love Canada.
Mm-hmm. I love Canada.
I do.
He was in a movie or on a TV series in Canada called Leo and Me in 1976, so before we were born.
Okay.
He moved to Los Angeles when he was 18 to pursue an acting career, and he actually adopted, his middle name is really Andrew.
Okay.
He
Michael A. Fox.
Yeah.
Is his last name actually Fox?
Yes. His name's Michael Andrew Fox. But he changed it to Michael J. Fox, adding the J as a tribute to actor Michael J. Pollard, and because Michael A. Fox sounded odd to him.
Michael J. I think he's correct. Yeah. And also Michael Jackson was very popular at the time, so I feel like
sure.
We were all about the Michael J's.
And I guess
80s.
Michael Fox was too plain. So Michael J. Fox.
Oh yeah.
Michael J. Fox.
That's right. And he's always been Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like John Cougar Mellencamp will always be John Cougar Mellencamp. I don't care if he tries to go by John Mellencamp.
That's right.
He's John Cougar Mellencamp.
That's correct. He is only 5'4". His height is often concealed in movies through camera angles and creative staging. But I think most of those Hollywood people are short, so it doesn't matter.
Why do you think that is?
Why they're short?
Is there an advantage
packed into that small frame?
No, but I'm wondering if there's a specific advantage about being shorter. I mean, maybe because, you don't want too much of a height differential between the boys and the girls in it, because that would be kind of hard. I don't know.
They can keep the sets real small.
But I feel like maybe that's just the population of men that are more attracted to that work.
I don't know.
I mean, it would be something
to study.
Something to study. Like, I wonder if someone has studied it and looked into why.
And I wonder if it's actually true, though. Like, we know, like, Tom Cruise is pretty short. Like, we know that of some famous actors who are relatively short. But I wonder if you can also say, I mean, like, Vince Vaughn, he's very tall.
He's like
Will Ferrell's very tall.
True. But they're funny guys.
Yeah.
Michael
J. Fox is funny.
Yeah, but was that his thing? That he was funny? He was more, like, cute.
Sure. Well, they didn't think he was a film star. He had some TV success, obviously, but they really didn't think he was going to do well and move into movies. He obviously blew that out of the water, starring in all 3 of the Back to the Future movies. He also was in a lot of 80s movies, including Teen Wolf, which we're talking about, The Secret of My Success.
Oh, I love that movie.
Bright Lights, Big City.
Love that movie.
And Casualties of War, which I didn't say.
Okay, I didn't see that one. Sounds intense.
However, as we know, in 1991, so very early 90s, he was diagnosed with young onset Parkinson's disease. He was only 29.
Oh my goodness. I didn't realize that he was that young when that happened.
He did not disclose it for like 7 years.
Probably until he had to.
Yeah, he didn't put it out there until 1998. So
even in 1998, he would have been pretty young.
Yeah. Mid-30s.
Wow.
In 2000, he founded the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research, now the world's largest nonprofit funder of Parkinson's drug development. He's gone in and out of Hollywood based off of his illness.
Right.
He was in 1996 to 2000, he was in Spin City.
Oh, yeah. That was a good show. It was a good show.
And then in 2000, he kind of stepped back. Remember, he was on the show, and then I think he wasn't on the show, and I think they replaced
him with someone.
Charlie Sheen? No.
We'll find that out, because I'm interested to know that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, they replaced him because I think it was like a sad thing. They had to. Yeah.
He makes guest appearances on a lot of shows, and it's always news when he does. In 2013, he had the Michael J. Fox Show, which was a sitcom loosely based on his life, which I don't remember that at all either.
No.
But again, we were at a weird age at that time. Like, we were actually like living a life.
We were in our careers, families.
In 2020, he retired again from acting. He's also published lots of books on
perseverance
and chronicling his journey with Parkinson's.
I'm sure he goes out. His speaker fee he's not as affordable as Meredith Baxter Birney, I would imagine.
No. And I don't know that he does that either.
I see he's on social media. I'll see him on social media quite a bit. It seems like he's still friends with the people he was in Back to the Future with. I see like him and who plays Doc? What's his name? Christopher Lloyd. Like, they seem like they're buddies.
Okay.
But he's, the illness, there's a lot of wear and tear with that illness. But my understanding is that they've, because of his foundation.
Oh, yeah.
And the awareness that he has, really put towards the illness, he's made a huge impact. That goes beyond his film career.
Yeah. And it's interesting, too, like, you kind of think about his career, if you think about it, wasn't super long. I mean,
that's what I was trying to think. Like, he never really had that phase of his career where he started doing serious acting, did he? He was just beloved.
He was just beloved because of Back to the Future.
Yeah.
And so that's why.
And Family Ties and Teen Wolf. Like, I think people just. And Teen Wolf. I think people just loved him.
But I think it's interesting that how this movie became successful and he was basically like, let's not talk about the wolf.
I know, but
somebody was smart about it. Was like, no, we're talking about the wolf. We're going to talk about it right after Back to the Future comes out.
You need to embrace the wolf.
That's right,
because we are capitalizing on this.
That wolf will follow you for the rest of your life, sir.
I wonder what he feels about that.
I don't know. You can ask him that too.
I will
ask him about his height.
I won't ask him about his height. I'm going to ask him about the suit that he wears.
His Teen Wolf suit.
His Teen Wolf suit. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you ready to go watch this
I'm
movie?
So excited to go watch it.
All right.
Wolf.
Yes, the candle on the cake is yours, so take it.
That's the song from the end of the movie. There's a lot of off-brand 80s songs in this movie.
It's like, we want something that sounds like this.
But we have a budget of $1 million, and that's it.
It includes everything with the song. So if the songs could be free, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I need one of those songs that sounds like, who's the piano player? You got a friend
Randy Newman.
I need a Randy Newman. I need a flock of seagulls.
I need a little David Bowie.
Yeah.
And then maybe a Streisand.
Yeah, just give me some things that sound like they're 80 songs, but not anything real. No.
So knowing what I know now about this movie, it watches very differently.
What do you mean?
Like, I feel like it's not that great.
No.
Like, I feel like when I was a kid, you were like, yeah, Teen Wolf.
Well, because it was weird. I feel like as a kid, but I still like it.
I mean, it's fun.
You didn't like it?
It's fine. I feel like it was a little slow. I feel like there's a lot of unanswered questions. There's some stuff that they just don't even bother, like, explaining.
No. They're not, because I feel like it's the kind of premise that if you just start peeling back the onion, it's not going to be able to go too deep.
No.
You just have to accept it and just be along for the ride.
Suspend your disbelief.
Suspend your disbelief. This is just what it is.
Okay.
Should I do just, I'm going to do like a real quick what this movie
is. Be quick. This is what we do.
Okay.
This is how we do the second half.
So Scott Howard is Michael J. Fox.
He's a regular teen.
He's just a regular teen boy. He's having regular teen boy problems. There's a girl he likes. She don't like him.
What do you think? He's a senior?
Something like that. Yeah, it seems like he's a senior.
Because he's like starting on the basketball team.
Right.
Even though the basketball team sucks, but whatever.
And he's not unpopular.
And he goes to a dance, but it's not prom.
No. But he's not unpopular.
No, he's friends with Stiles, who's the coolest guy in the world.
Stiles is the coolest guy in the school. And I don't think I realized that. In my brain, Stiles was not that cool and people didn't like Stiles. But everybody likes Stiles.
Well, yeah, Stiles, he's,
he brings the party.
He's an entrepreneur.
He is. He's got all the coolest T-shirts.
Right.
I mean, that "What's Up, Dick Nose" shirt is just scratching the surface
really
of how deep his T-shirt game goes.
Yeah.
Styles is pretty great. So anyway, you got Scott Howard, regular teen boy. He's going to high school. He's got his regular teen boy problems. The girl he likes doesn't really like him. He's got a friend who's a girl who he grew up with who obviously has the hots for him, but he's not interested, even though she's fine. Like,
I mean, she's fine.
She's a little thirsty.
Yeah, and I think that, I don't know, her name's Boof, which is too close to woof.
Boof. It's like, where did that come from?
Yeah, there's no explanation of how she got her nickname.
They call her, is her name Elizabeth?
I don't know.
So maybe Boof comes from Beth? I don't know. Again, we can't go too deep on this one.
We don't have the money to explain how she got the Boof name, okay?
I think a lot of the things that are in this movie were just half-baked ideas that someone said, yes, let's just do it.
Right. Okay.
Put a 3-act structure around this thing and let's just go ahead.
Jam it in there. We got 21 days, folks.
So you see in the beginning that he's, whatever. But then you start seeing he's got little things start happening to him.
All at once, he turned whatever age he turned.
Yeah.
Or
so
whatever.
He's in high school. Ostensibly, he's already gone through regular human puberty.
Human puberty, yes.
It seems like he has. But then some other weird things start happening.
Sure.
Like he looks down at his hands and all of a sudden they have hair on them.
Right.
But then they don't have hair on them.
Right. And he gets like a large, long hair on his tummy or chest.
Yeah, he's got a real weird, long chest hair.
And his eyes turn red.
They do. And he gets like a deep, growly voice sometimes.
Oh. And his dad owns a hardware store. And there's a kid in there who's also the lawnmower kid from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yes.
And he's blowing a dog whistle. And that really bothers him. But the dad didn't hear it.
Maybe the dad was just ignoring it.
Maybe.
But anyway, So all these little things start happening to him, and they all culminate with him running into the bathroom. Oh, and he's at the party. The party seems pretty great because, again, you establish that Stiles is the life of the party.
Yeah.
But they try and make it be like he's not going to be able to come to the party unless he can get a keg.
Right.
But then once he's there, he really is the king of the party.
Yeah, he like plans the party. He's the party planner. He has all these games. He's got them going on simultaneously so no one gets bored. Like while someone's playing 7 Minutes in Heaven, someone else is wrestling in whipped
Fame.
cream.
Something.
And then there's Jell-O down a shirt. I mean, all that stuff is happening consecutively, so everyone's involved. Everyone's activated.
He's got like one of the girls in his friend group is wearing a full lingerie outfit.
to
And
help
she's
him
like
out.
the sideshow girl.
Yeah.
Like he's
Stiles
great.
has power.
Stiles has a lot of power.
I would like to see his movie.
I would. But so he goes to this thing. He makes out with Boof in a 7 minutes in heaven situation, which do kids do that anymore? Is that even a thing?
I don't know. I don't know any kids.
I know some, but I don't want to ask them because that would make me real weird.
Yeah.
But he gets 7 minutes in heaven with Boof, and she comes out, and she's got, because he still makes out with her in the thing. He's like, well, I'm not going to date you, but I will make out with you.
But I think that was a thing that happened. I mean,
Sure.
I heard that people that didn't date made out.
Sure.
I heard that happen sometimes.
Right. Well, she comes out of the 7 minutes in heaven, and like her whole back is scratched up.
Right.
Yeah. In like a very cool 80s way. Makes the shirt very cool in 80s. Well, then he comes home from the party, Kim, and he's sweaty. He's real sweaty.
Yeah.
Something's happening. He runs up into the bathroom, and he's looking at himself in the mirror, and all of a sudden his face starts puffing out.
Yeah.
And hair, like his fingernails get all weird.
They get all thrillery.
Yeah, and he gets hair all on his hands, starts growing real fast, and his ears get pointy. And next thing you know, he's a wolf.
He's wolfing.
And what does he say when he finds out he's a wolf? What's his first words as a wolf?
Oh.
No.
What?
Jeez Louise.
Oh.
Which is a phrase I say so much in my life.
Gosh, I say it way too much.
I do too. My daughter before has commented, like, why do we say geez Louise? I'm like, I don't know. Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf, I guess.
It all came from Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
So, but the funniest part about this part of the movie is that he's in the bathroom and he's fully freaking out because he's a werewolf now. Well, his dad hears him, and his dad and his mom has died, so it's just him and his dad.
But we don't know any backstory on that.
They kind of say that the mom was also a werewolf. The dad kind of says,
was?
yeah, because when the dad's talking about it, well, we're jumping ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So his dad's knocking the door, like, "Come on, Scott, like, let me in.
You can tell me anything.
You can tell me anything." And Scott's
and you kind of assume that he thinks that the son is going through something different. Like maybe he's.
No, I think he knows what the son's going through. Because
Yeah, but you think as the watcher of the movie, you think that that the dad thinks that he's like jerking off or something.
Ew.
Or because he's like, you can tell me anything, even if it's weird or whatever. And he's like, you let me in right now, which that is kind of weird.
Yeah,
but
like if you think your son's like, masturbating in the bathroom, you just ignore it and just say, okay.
Ugh.
Right?
But yeah, he's real adamant. He's like, Scott, get out here right now.
And he opens up the door, and Scott's like, you're not going to be able to handle this, Dad. And he opens up the door, and the dad's a werewolf, too.
But the dad's like a funny looking werewolf. He kind of looks like a monkey werewolf.
He's got like a flat nose, and his hair's like all combed out.
Big.
It looks like baboon. It looks like baboon.
Yeah. He does. That's what I mean.
Yeah. So the dad's just like basically says, listen, I thought it was going to skip a generation. To which I said, well, what if it did? And then Scott grows up and he has kids, and all of a sudden his kid's a werewolf.
Right.
What then? But the dad says, listen, me and your mom, we were werewolves. Now you're a werewolf, and this is just a thing we deal with, and it doesn't mean anything. It's just a part of who you are, and, not all werewolves are bad, and we're not bad.
Yeah, and basically just be cool about it. Like, the dad's like this very, like, humble hardware store owner who's just doing his business, living his life, unassuming.
Also a werewolf sometimes.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
No.
Yeah.
But what does Scott do?
Well, Scott is, at first he goes to school and he's just like freaking out the next day because he's got like the secret, kind of doesn't know how to handle it. He's so sweaty.
He can't control it, and he doesn't really know when it's going to happen.
It's like it's like Elsa when Elsa has her ice powers and she's just like, I'm scared.
Conceal, don't feel.
That's exactly what Scott Howard is going to. He's scared. He doesn't know how to control his powers.
That's right.
So then they're at a basketball game because did we say that they play basketball? Basketball is a huge part of this movie.
I hope we did.
So little Michael J. Fox is point guard of his basketball team, the Beavers.
Right.
They're not good.
No, because they have a 5'4" basketball star.
Well, he could maybe get in there, but they're not good. And the coach is the best character in this movie.
He's pretty funny.
Oh my gosh, he's the best. But at a basketball game, the coach is basically the opposite of what a coach should be, where he's just like, nah, whatever, just don't worry about it.
At one point, he's just like, it's not how you play the game, it's whether you win or lose.
Right. But his delivery is great. Like, that guy is very funny.
He's funny. But I noticed his IMDb picture is him in this movie, so that's never good.
No, that is never good. So at the game, he gets real upset. Scott Howard does. And all of a sudden, he turns into the wolf. And it happens real quick. But, like, my thing with the wolf is that it happened real slow when he was in the bathroom the first time. But then every time after that, it's like he instantaneously becomes the wolf.
Did I mention that this movie cost $1 million? Yeah, either had him as a wolf or not a wolf.
Well, this is the thing.
It couldn't do transformations.
So then when he's the wolf, the first time you see him as full wolf, besides the bathroom, it's like most of his body.
Yes.
Like that basketball uniform doesn't leave much to the imagination.
No, it's shorty shorts.
It's shorty shorts.
And the tank.
But he's got socks. It looks real uncomfortable.
It looks hot.
Yeah. But not in like a hot way. Not like, that guy's hot. That wolf is hot.
Maybe that's why they made him so sweaty in the beginning. They were like, he's going to sweat a lot as the wolf.
Right.
We have to make him
get him
sweaty all the time.
Yeah. So, but immediately as the werewolf, it's like people aren't scared. They're a little shocked.
Yeah, everyone at first is like, what's happening? But then they watch him play.
He's
and
real
he's a
good.
dynamo on the court.
And they're like, all right.
Okay.
And then a music song comes on, and everyone's behind it.
They're like all kids were in high school, as long as our team wins, we don't care how it's done.
No, everyone's immediately accepting of him, and he's immediately becomes the most popular guy in school. And then the montage happens. You see him walking down the halls, and he's high-fiving everybody, because that's what the most popular guys in school did.
Right.
And everybody loves him, and the girl he likes him because she wants a little of that wolf action.
Right.
She's someone who, like, maybe had a crush on the Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah,
definitely.
There's a lot of ladies like that are okay with the Beast.
I'm okay with the Beast.
Emily, stop.
You're not okay with the Beast? You prefer when he's human?
Yes. Definitively. I don't understand the question.
All right, back to this movie.
Okay. I can get on with cartoon dudes, but not beasts.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to talk about this in Disney.
All right.
After we've had a couple drinks in Epcot, we're going to have a discussion.
Out of Disney. Well, funny story. Okay.
Oh, no. So he's real popular, but it's this whole thing of being the wolf becomes his full personality.
Yes, and people only like him because he's as the wolf.
Right. When he's not, he is very plain when he's just Scott Howard.
Yeah. And
he's no Stiles.
He gets cast in the play, which is somehow a big deal, I guess, because the popular girl's in it.
Right, but no one else is in this play.
Right.
It's just the most popular girl.
Yeah.
Well, then he gets laid by her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what happens?
She takes off her bra in front of him.
Uh-huh. And?
He howls when he...
Yes. When he... Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a little risque.
For a PG movie.
Yeah. This probably shouldn't have been a PG movie.
No.
But all that stuff probably went over my head. It's also definitely has... We're not going to, Stiles, while we love him, is also...
he's a little problematic.
He's a little problematic. He's a little homophobic. Yeah. Says some maybe not so great racial things.
Yes.
So, remember what I said before about Stiles?
Let's couch that in 1980s.
Yeah, we got to teach him how to be a little bit more.
Yeah, because when Scott goes to tell Stiles that he's a wolf, basically Stiles is like, "You're not
gay,
right?"
But not that word "gay,"
right?
The F word,
the bad word.
Yeah,
and then he's like. Once he finds out he's a wolf, he's totally fine with it. But it's very much implied that, like, if he said he was gay, it would have been a problem. But wolf, no big deal.
No big deal. You can be a wolf, just don't be a gay.
Right.
And if you're a gay wolf,
forget it.
Although gay wolf,
oh yeah,
amazing.
I know.
This was a gay teen wolf.
Mm-hmm.
That's a movie right there. Let's see that movie.
Okay.
So it's basically about learning to accept yourself.
I guess. So, yeah.
And be true to yourself.
And he starts, like, hot dogging on the court. Like, he's stealing the ball from other people. Like, he's the star of the show. All of a sudden, people start coming to basketball games again. They have the cheerleaders at the basketball games. They all have, like, wolf cheers.
It was pretty good. But I think he has to find a balance because it's not about him being, he thinks that the only reason people like him is that he's the wolf. And then he kind of disregards all of his true friends. You know, on the basketball court, like you said, he's being a hot dog on the court. He's not. He's being a ball hog. You know, he's going for the popular girl instead of Boof, who I guess is the one you want him to get with, but I don't really want
care for it.
I don't care for her either.
They're both very plain potatoes. They are. They're just like, meh.
Yeah, just a plain old boiled potato. Yeah. Yeah, no spice.
No garlic, no butter.
Not even mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise on potatoes?
Sure.
I mean, they might be mayonnaise on potatoes. That's the whitest white thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's how you make potato salad. You put mayonnaise in it.
Oh, potato salad.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were trying to make mashed potatoes with mayonnaise.
Gross.
Sorry.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. My potato salad's pretty good. But anyway.
Okay, go.
Anyway. Yeah, and then he goes to a dance. They also do some sort of, like, wolf dance. This is very, like, Can't Buy Me Love very much follows almost the exact same formula of this movie. And I think one of the guys on the basketball team in this movie is also in Can't Buy Me Love. And he's like, oh, I just play this part. These are just the movies
that happen now.
So it's definitely a coming of age movie.
Yeah, and his dad does not approve of him being a hot dog, a hot wolf.
Well, because he's kind of like, listen, be humble.
Right.
You have these powers, but with great power comes great responsibility. So don't be ashamed of who you are, but at the same time, don't use your powers just to get popular and get girls. Use them for good.
Did you hear
like
that?
Basketball.
Right. Did you hear that part where he was like, well, he does get A's on his tests and stuff, too.
He's still smart.
But did you hear that part where, like, the boy who's dating the popular girl, the rival basketball guy?
He was like 35 years old.
Yeah, fully. But he's like, he said something about how he killed his mom. His mom got killed, like, stealing chickens from the yard or something.
I think he was just making, like...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just kind of your mama's such a wolf. I shot her when she was stealing...
Your mama's such a wolf. Okay.
It's like a your mama joke, but for
the wolves.
Okay. For the wolves.
All right.
And maybe he didn't know that his mom was dead, or maybe he did. And he was just going to stick that knife in. But there's a principal in this, and the principal doesn't like Scott because you find out that the dad scared him.
Oh, I didn't pay attention to that part.
Yeah, there's some kind of thing there.
Yeah, and then what else is there?
Oh, let me ask you this. Let's go back to the drama thing.
Okay.
That drama teacher, who was also kind of funny too. Mm-hmm. Not as funny as the coach.
No.
But he's got a couple of, like, weird things. What is the relationship with him and that girl who's the only person in that play?
Yeah, that's sus. For sure. Sus.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some... They don't get that into it, but watching it's kind of like...
Right. And then Boof is, like, we're supposed to really like Boof because she's the one that likes him for who he is. And he's just like, I can't just be average. I can't just be, everyone expects me to be this thing. I just can't be who I am. And she's like, well, I love that.
I love plain old Scott. But I feel like there has to, if he is true to himself includes the wolf.
True.
So I feel like there has to be some sort of balance where I'm going to pull it out.
You love the wolf.
Yeah, because the wolf is part of me too. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I'm going to be a wolf, and sometimes I'm going to be Scott. Mm-hmm. And when I'm the wolf, I can't. Part of being the wolf is being a little powerful and hot dogging it a little bit.
Scratching up your shirts, ruining your clothes.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're going to have to make out with me as just human, and sometimes you're going to have to make out with me and I'm going to be a wolf. And you're going to have to deal with it, Boof.
What if we were friends in high school and
now
all of a sudden I was like, I have to tell you something.
Okay. All right, let's play it. Let's role play it. Let's role play it.
All right, go.
Okay. All right, we're back in high school.
Hey.
Hi.
Listen, can I talk to you for a second?
Okay.
Don't tell anyone. But
definitely won't.
Wolf. That's me. I'm a wolf. Look at me.
Oh my God. I'm really scared. I have to go.
Oh, you want to be friends with me?
I don't know. It depends on what you look like. Do you have a beard?
I'm beautiful. I look like me, but as a wolf.
So do you have like, he has full like beard, and on his forehead, like his forehead is, his hairline starts like maybe a half inch above his eyebrows, and he's got, his cheeks have fur, and they hang
tears,
down.
like fur
Fur tears, and it hangs down off of his face. So his face is pretty much covered in fur.
Yeah.
And then his hair is kind of like slipped back into like a pompadour kind of thing.
Mine is like 80s. It's styled in the 80s. It's got,
So you got a curled bang?
I have a curled bang. I have a poof in the front.
But you have fur on your face too.
I do.
Okay. I feel like that's the biggest detriment
But
to
my
it.
eyes are beautiful. I wear very cool clothes.
Well, what's your cool power that you can do?
What?
You're in marching band, because
Yeah.
you're in marching band, and you're the color guard, and you're so fucking
I
good.
am good.
You can spin that thing, and you throw it up in the air, and everyone's like, and then you catch it and keep going.
People go nuts.
People go insane
And
for
then you
you.
want to be my friend, don't you?
I might be a little worried about, are you suddenly going to get scared? Because you have those teeth now.
I'm going to get scared.
What do you eat as a wolf?
Just regular stuff.
You don't kill humans.
Oh, no.
So you couldn't like suddenly get mad and scratch me.
I mean, I could hurt someone if I wanted to. If someone was hurting you, I could protect you, but I would never hurt you.
Okay, well, we'd have to establish that. I'd be a little nervous, I think, first.
Would you carry around like silver bullets just in case? Or what is werewolves
Silver bullet.
not like?
Silver bullets.
Okay.
I don't think I would do that because I wouldn't want to kill you.
Okay.
But I think it would just take a few, especially if you're making those growly noises. Kim, stop. Do you think the boys would be real into you? You think so?
Some.
Yeah. You'd really suss out the freaks from the.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah. All those randos suddenly would be like, "Hey, kid."
I see you.
with your long chin hairs that you
That's
braid
right. And my fangs.
and your fangs. Oh yeah, you'd have a following.
I would.
Yeah, some
Just not you as a friend, I guess.
No, I would be your friend, but you can't understand why it'd be a little shocking.
I don't think you could handle it, to be honest.
You don't think I can? I think you'd have to tell me before I looked at you.
Okay, so it'd have to be regular.
It couldn't be surprised. Like, I don't like to be startled.
Okay.
So I feel like you'd have to tell me while you're regular.
How about
and
this?
then later you'd be like, do you want to see me as the wolf?
What
and I'd
if-
be like, can you show me a picture first?
What if I was like, I have to talk to you.
Okay.
And I pulled you in a room and
Okay.
the lights
I'm
were
like,
off.
hey, what's going on? Why are the lights
All
off?
right, and
This
I
is
turn
weird.
around. I turn around and I have tape face. So I like tape face and it's a really bad one.
I don't like it.
All the tape.
I don't
But
like
then
it.
I'm like, sorry, just kidding. And I take it off and I'm like, actually, I don't have tape face. I'm a wolf.
But you have a wolf face right then?
Do you feel better about that?
I would be fine with you having wolf face and you being a wolf. I just, like I said, I need to be eased into it.
All right.
Don't shock me too much.
Okay.
In the beginning. I accept you and I love you.
Okay.
And I'm always going to be your friend. Okay. No matter what.
Okay.
But you have to understand that I'm a person and this is a little shocking for me.
But like Stiles, he was like fine with it immediately. He just started capitalizing on it.
Yeah, because is that great either? I wouldn't capitalize on you.
I want you to make some money and some cool t-shirts.
Well, I think we could maybe make some plans together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we'd have a great podcast. It's Emily and the Wolf.
Oh.
Be great.
No.
Yeah, I think we would work together and we'd
Okay.
share all the profits. I don't think that Stiles is sharing his profits with Scott.
Why do you get any of my wolf profits?
Well, if we work together
okay.
on something.
Okay.
Yeah, like our Emily and the Wolf podcast hour project.
Right.
I mean, I might not be the wolf, but I bring a certain something too.
You do. You are Emily.
I am Emily.
Okay.
It's like in all of our photos that go along with in our, what's our media kit?
Yes.
It's pictures of you and you're like a wolf with your wolf face.
Yeah.
And then I come out behind you like, hey, and Emily.
But you're kind of far away because you could tell in the pictures that you're still a little scared of me.
No. By that point, we're fine. But there are some funny ones where you're like you put your hands up to be scary and then I like pretend to be scared like, no. But you can tell it's all in good fun.
Perfect. This is coming together.
I think this is great. I kind of want you to tell me that you're a wolf now, and I'm going to be disappointed if you're not.
I'm sorry. I would have told you before now.
I would have found out.
Yeah, I don't want
now.
to be a middle-aged wolf coming out for the first time.
No. What would your life have been like? I would have been like, who knows that you're a wolf? Is your mom a wolf? Like, I'd have so many questions.
My mom's definitely a wolf.
Is your sister a wolf? Is your brother a wolf?
Yes. The whole family.
They're all wolves.
Yeah.
Now I'm imagining your whole family as wolves. And your nieces and nephews all as wolves.
Oh, they're so cute as wolves.
Oh,
They're
they
baby
are.
wolves.
They're little puppies.
Yeah.
Aw.
All right.
Okay. Well, yeah, this movie, I think it holds up in a nostalgia factor that is certainly there. Mm-hmm. I enjoy a lot of it just because I have good memories of this movie.
Right.
I don't know that someone who's not familiar with the world of the 80s would be that into this movie.
You have to come from this. This has to be part of your culture.
Yes, you have to be able to watch this and be like, oh, look at that hair.
Right.
And look at the school. And
also understand that the marketing for this movie was designed to make you like it.
Yes.
Because of the way it was released.
Yes.
Like, it was released with the purpose of being like, hey, that's got that Michael J. Fox guy that you like. Remember Back to the Future?
He's a teen.
He's here again.
He's a teen just like you.
Right.
And he was in that other movie and you liked him there, so you'll like him now.
This time he's a cool wolf.
Yep.
You want to come see this movie.
And we did.
Yeah, we
and
did.
we liked it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I remember really liking this movie when I saw it
me
as a
too.
kid.
I mean, it was one of the top.
Yeah. And I watched the cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
I remember what it looks like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I watched the sequel.
Oh, I watched it too. He boxes.
I might watch it today.
Oh. Maybe I'll watch it too.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, this is great.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to hear how it connects?
I'm dying to hear how it connects.
All right. Okay. So, this movie is a direct connect.
Shut up.
Oh.
How?
Well, there is a 2002 movie called Interstate 60.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
And it has Michael J. Fox and Kurt Russell in it.
Stop it.
Also James Marsden.
I love him.
And Christopher Lloyd.
I should watch this movie. What's it about?
I don't know. Let me see if it's still up in my phone. It's not.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, and now we'll never know.
We won't.
Well, that's great. I love a direct connect. We had a lot of direct connect. You know what that tells me?
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell's all over.
Yeah, he's in it.
Everyone wants to work with Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
He's well liked. This is
You're
why.
assuming.
This is why Walt Disney liked him.
That's true.
He was like, "This guy is a star."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get it. So, what do you want to say?
I want to say that I hope that you enjoyed this podcast, and I hope you've enjoyed the last 2 years of our podcast. If so, please feel free to send us an email at confidentlycontroversial@gmail.com.
Do that.
You can also see all of our old episodes on our website, confidentlycontroversial.com. You can watch Emily's gorgeous TikToks on our TikTok
Yes.
at confidentlycontro.
We're on Instagram. We put them there too.
Yes.
And YouTube. They're all over.
Everywhere. We're everywhere you want to be, folks.
Absolutely. And here's the thing too. You can always, either in the comments or if you want to email us, suggest movies to us. Because as Kim said, sometimes we do struggle and we need to be reminded of things because there really are so many movies from that time period. And sometimes we forget some gems like Teen Wolf that we really need to review.
And they strike your fancy and you're just like, well, gotta watch that.
Yeah. So you should definitely send us some things. But you know what else, Kim?
What?
If you suddenly find out you are going through wolf puberty.
Okay.
And you turn into a werewolf. I want you to be confident and embrace that part of you and know that you are beautiful even if you have face hair.
Yeah. Hair tears.
Hair tears.
Right.
But,
don't be controversial and howl when things happen to you.
in a sexual way.
That's right. It's gross.
It's gross.
It's not cool.
I don't think it's funny.
Everyone feel uncomfortable. I think it's why that girl doesn't like you anymore.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
Don't
Just
do
be
it.
like, thank you, that was nice.
Like a normal person.
Like all other men do.
All right. And on that, let's wrap this thing up.
Goodbye.
Bye. We love you guys.
Confidently controversial.